Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome. The hen, they say, may lay eggs in the king's courtyard, but it does not make her a queen. It's not a small something. No, they said the wahala, eh? Again, in the palace, every day new drama, every day new drama. Now, they said Queen Naomi allegedly questions Ooni of Ife's decision to allow Ebony's daughter, but, eject other kids. As, of course, Ooni of Ife enforces strict rules against stepchildren, now including Ebonys, as Ebony's family drag Naomi. Now, what is going on? Okay, now, they said na so Nyanga dey sleep, wahala go do catwalk, go wake am up. Paropo's wife's birthday that happened, they marked it on Sunday, and Ooni of Ife gifted the woman a brand new Lexus a Jeep, okay? And it was a very beautiful event because people like that woman so much. They refer to her as Olori Agba, right? They love her because somehow she really doesn't, she is just there. Like, she's just not too much into people's businesses. She's upright. She just wants peace. And she's like everybody's mother. Except the only people you see that she can slam and do anyhow with is Ikpi and Bloblo. You see Ikpi, you see Bloblo, and sometimes to Ebony. All those people that she feels are, they overdo things. She fights them a lot, okay? So when that birthday happened, Kabiesi's wives were all there. They celebrated with her and all of that. But when gospel was coming, gospel came with, her. So gospel now came with her and children. She came with one of them. That it was during that Kabiesi was not in that event too. Their aproko big well. That was how they went to go and tell Kabiesi that her children were around, and they said Kabiesi had to probe to find out if that information was true, and he found out that it was true, and he was very, very upset over the fact that they brought the kids without his knowledge, okay? Now, they said that evening when they all settled in the palace, Kabiesi called them. I have told you this. And that was when he gave a very strict warning that the children that are already in the palace, they should move immediately. And the Olori started crying and called their names. And then he said Ebony's own was not in the palace. But when Ebony comes, Ebony doesn't live in Nigeria, but when she comes, she is free to come with her own. And they said, Olori Naomi, she's not in the palace. But right now, because of the way things have been between her and the Ooni of Ife and all the effort they are trying to make to, get her back completely inside the palace, she is involved in some of their conversations and everything. But not like that general conversation with her husband. And she now told her husband that this is completely wrong. You cannot continue to behave like this. These are children. You cannot ask others to not bring their own, and you ask Ebony's own. You say Ebony's own is free to stay. That if you allow Ebony's own to stay, that others will have to stay. And they now said, because of what Olori Naomi said to the Ooni of Ife now made a final, rule that non-royal kids, step kids are not allowed in the palace of the Ooni of Ife. And that this time is applicable to everybody, like everybody. So what that meant is that Ebony's own was also involved this time. They said before they went to bed, Kabiesi called for another meeting where he stated that it is applicable to every child, including that of Ebony. And they say Ebony broke down in tears. Ebony cried, and Ebony knew immediately that it was the influence of Olori Naomi. And they said that was how Ebony started, you know, making so much wahala, that if Naomi will not allow her to rest, Naomi will not rest. Whatever you sow is what you get to reap, that she is ready, she is equal to the task, blah, blah, blah. And they said that was how Ebony's family also started raining insults on their enemy, because they are not raining insult on Olori Naomi. There's nothing Naomi has done that warrants that. Now, I want to think that one of the things that Naomi is trying to do is to put Ebony in her place, because her own self is too much. If it is not a gross lack of empathy, how is it that you saw the things that Olori Naomi went through? Everybody was so empathetic. It is not because Naomi went to do campaign. It wasn't because Naomi went to go and get money from people. It was because Naomi wanted to help poor children. Naomi wanted to put a smile on the faces of poor children, and she got into trouble and she was detained. Yeah, she was detained for over 20 days, right? And the husband now said, with everything that you have gone through, I want you to go. Once this is over, go abroad. Go somewhere where you can lie low and stay and gather momentum for the sake of your mental health. And the husband said, let her go and stay in my house in the UK. You brought wahala. This was the same Naomi that you stood one time, those days, to say that Kabiyesi doesn't have any other wife. That Kabiyesi, the only wife that Kabiyesi had was Olori Naomi. You said it with your mouth. She trusted you. She trusted you. She trusted you. She trusted you. And you did the things that you did to her, because you say Ebony, as it is alleged and rumored and speculated and making the rounds on social media, that she is instrumental to all of this drama that happened. The main reason why Naomi stepped out of the palace on that day. And you think that Naomi will just keep quiet and you continue to enjoy and enjoy and enjoy. Since you know that you know how to put sand in people's garri, for once, Naomi has done something. It's not like she deliberately wanted to do whatever. She said, look, if you want to let children, let all of them. If you don't want to let children, do not let all of them. Do stuff like the king that you are, and not do for this one and not do for the other one. It's going to cause problems. And Ooni of Ife went and revoked everything he has said and reinstituted a new rule that there will be no step kids inside the palace. And they started dragging Naomi. They are not dragging, you're dragging yourself and your enemy. You're not dragging Naomi. Well, I'm going to bring you more update. This is what we are hearing. Appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, speculated, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.